You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tap In. We are OneOOne. I'm your host, Andy Danchuk, and I'm here with my co-hosts and business partners, Sean and James. What's going on, boys?
What up?
What up?
What up?
Yeah, we always fucking like when I say it, then he says the exact same way. It's kind of funny. I just realized this.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I was literally about to say, "What up" is the word today. What up?
What up? Oh shit!
It is your responsibility to tap into information that's going to benefit you in your life. This podcast will hopefully expand your thinking so that you can finally take control. All right, guys, we're back. You are continuing to tap in with us, and it's a beautiful thing.
I'm tapping in every motherfucking day.
Bitch.
Every day.
Every day.
That's it. You can see my messages on Instagram. They're pretty motivational. I get some good, some good responses. I lost a couple followers, but it's okay, because we want the right people in our corner.
Facts, bro. Corner or circle?
Both.
Depends. Are you a boxer or like I don't know?
Yeah. Do you want the right people in your circle, or you want the right people in your corner?
Try to catch this 1-2.
What do you want? Corner or circle? Pick one.
Right now.
I guess a circle.
All
What do
right.
you mean you guess? Is this a definite chief aim? Or?
It might be a goal of mine.
Oh my god.
So what is it? Definite?
Definite circle.
Definite circle.
Definite circle. How about you, Sean?
I like circle
I like circle.
because a circle is like
It's a lot of.
it's a
just
continuation. There's no fucking
variety.
but it's like
It's just
everybody.
like everybody
like,
can kind of flow freely throughout it. In the corner, you get stuck in the corner.
It's like
I don't want to be stuck in the corner with
No.
people. Yeah.
if you're in my
Circle.
corner, it means like you're behind me. But in a circle,
I
it
want
means
you
we're
in
all
my
working
circle.
together.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I like
yeah,
the corner a lot. I meant
yeah.
fuck. I like circle.
I like the corner. All right, boys. We are going to talk about goals and staying focused while goal setting. And we're going to try to give you some information that has worked for us in furthering our skills with goal setting.
I think
Am I
that
done?
goal setting is important because at least you know where you're going. Anyway, for me, like when we first started what we were doing, it was hard for me to kind of figure out where I was going because I didn't set any goals. I didn't have any direction. When I did set a goal, I was able to sit down and think about it. I was able to put like in motion a set of steps to be able to complete that goal, which enabled me to, complete other goals.
Well, let me say this. I think a lot of people have goals. They do, but they don't understand how to set goals properly. So a lot of people deep down know what they want goal-wise in life, but they don't understand how to attack that list of goals. It's almost like having a list of tasks that has a couple fucking 100,000 things on it. But you don't know where the fuck to start when you see a couple 100,000 things. So then you start to become fearful of everything on that list. And therefore, instead of attacking the goals and knocking them out the way you should be and making daily progress every single day, you allow the massive list to scare you out of ever taking any forward motion towards any of these goals.
Yeah, I agree. And it cannot even be a thing about being scared to do it. It just could be, at least for what I'm kind of feeling recently, and I put a lot of thought on it. It's not even overwhelmed. The fact that I'm not giving something enough attention, enough of my focused attention on the one thing, instead I'm putting my attention on 4 different things, trying to accomplish them all. And I might have that picture in my head, but I'm never going to achieve it to the
degree that you want to be, so
want.
that you have satisfaction and you can move on to another goal.
Or it might take fucking forever to do, which then still, like, it's just not going to be the process in which it should be. Instead, I should just focus on one sole goal of mine and finish that to its absolute maximum potential.
Yeah.
and then move on to my next goal. You still want to have obviously multiple goals for different reasons, different things, but you need to be able to focus solely on one goal and give it your all, so this way you can make it or do it the best possible way
and as quickly as possible,
and then move on to your next goal. So you achieved what you need to achieve, and which is cool about that too, which I didn't even think until we're just saying now. You built a success cycle right there.
Yes.
If you watch yourself achieve
once
a goal,
once you finish that goal,
that
next goal is going to feel easier.
Exactly. And actually, I was just reading today. James is going to like this because he knows what I'm talking about. Well, you would do too, but it's in the book that me and James are currently reading. Is Napoleon Hill is talking about a cool way to look at it is look at a piece of wood that's laying out in the sun, right? When it's out in the sun, it's just sitting out in the sun, whatever, nothing's ever going to happen to it. But if you take a magnifying glass and point it at there and you get the light to shine through the right way, you'll burn a hole in that wood. So you're taking your focus, think about it as that sunlight is focus.
Yeah.
Now you're directing it into one goal, which is where you're aiming that directed
where your
light.
Focus is.
You're going to burn that son of a bitch up.
Yeah.
So now think about that as your goals. If you take all your focus and put it on one goal, you're going to fucking annihilate it. You're going to achieve it, and you're probably going to do it better than you even imagined.
That's just a beautiful
description. Right? It's cool.
Proper goal setting. I'm actually glad we're really talking about this too right now, because it's a very hard thing to do, to stay focused on a goal like that. Because I do it all the time. Your life is moving. Yeah. There's a lot of things happening. You're doing a lot of things. But you need to define that one thing that's going to bring you a better life. And focus on that.
Yeah.
And at least give yourself that. All the other daily tasks, the critical tasks, they get done throughout the day because that's the course of your day, but you still need to focus on how you can, like, if it's cut a little bit of money from this area of my life to put more into this so that this goal gets done faster. And then once it's done, I'll be so happy and I'll have freed up money because I'm no longer putting money into this goal, that I'll be able to use it here and do this. So by staying focused on this one goal, it frees you for so much more once you finally complete that goal. And it gives you the feeling of, yes, I just fucking dominated a goal. Now I'm winning. This is my success cycle, and we all know the law of momentum, motion. Once you get movement, it's easier to just continue to keep moving. So that's how successful people continue to be successful, is because they're so focused, goal to goal to goal to goal to goal, and they just continue to make progress. They continue to set goals, and they continue to dominate their goals and get them completed. So the momentum is crazy. It's beautiful.
It's a really beautiful thing, and it brings my mind right back to what we refer to every time, is you can't go from A to Z. You have to go from A to B. So, like, obviously, if you have goals and each goal is from A to Z, you can't get to Z without going from A to B. You know what I mean? And as well as
a lot of steps, bro.
Right, but as well
as
each of those being a goal, each of those can be a step to getting to a goal. So if you can just break it down, and again brings us back to what you mentioned, the dude running the fucking how many triathlons
50 days and 50 states.
Yeah, of doing that shit, like, you know, one perfect step. Just concentrate on making that next step to get to the next step. If you're worried about all the steps in one,
you're worried about step Z and you're at step A. Yeah,
right.
You're gonna
be overwhelmed and you're gonna have anxiety. And
yeah,
how am I gonna do this? And you're gonna think bad thoughts, and you know, I mean, that's also important. Just, you know, thinking about how you're gonna do it and getting it done, and that brings out the focus in it, which is important.
One thing I want to talk about there too is, like, you can't really plan out step A, B, C, D, E, F all the way to Z.
You can't.
The whole main point of goal setting is you're at A, and then you
figure out how the fuck to get to B.
Exactly. You visualize
while you're visualizing Z.
You visualize what you want, and you only worry about the next step. You know what your end goal is, but you can't sit there and plan out every single step by, like, every single letter.
You know what after Z looks like.
Yeah, you know what Z looks like, but you don't know what the middle looks like. So right now you're focused on B, that one step to get you closer to Z, and then so on and so forth all the way till you finally get to Z.
Right, like, you don't need all the information to start. You just have to start, and then when you come across, like, a difficulty, you just deal with it as it is. But the process is just going from A to B. Just start, just do it. Then the next step, B to C, just do it. Even though you might not know what it is, you just have to start and just do it.
Yeah, who you are and the timeline that it's going to take is up to question based upon the decisions that you decide to start making. Once you start making decisions, that's what will pave your way for your path to get to where you want to go, and only you can answer those questions. That's the biggest key to this. It ties into what we talked about last podcast. Do you know how much you don't know? Because you know A, because A is your start.
Yeah.
You know Z because Z is where you want to go.
Yeah.
B to Y is you don't know what you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, yes, you
haven't
can
gotten
think
there
of
yet.
possibilities. Yes, you can think about how, but you're not smart enough to figure that shit out.
And it's cool. It's fine to sit there and think about it, but don't worry yourself with like
That's
this,
like a black
that,
hole
this.
that can consume you. And if you allow B to Y to consume you, you'll never ever see A or Z.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you'll never see A or Z. So if you focus on all these letters between A and Z, you'll fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You
You'll
will
never
fuck
even
yourself.
You'll never start A, and that's what I was gonna make a point.
Because they're not
but-
part of the black
yeah,
hole. They're not. They're separate.
Both of you just made a point of like saying that you will be too scared to even start because you're sitting here worrying about all the steps you need to complete to get to Z when you don't need to worry about that, because all that's going to do is hinder you and scare you from even starting A, because you're fucking trying to weigh out all these decisions and trying to figure out, just fucking start. There's no need to sit here and figure out. Once you start something and you set your goal, your desire for the achievement of Z, you will figure out your steps you need to take. But if you sit there and worry about it, you're just going to scare yourself from even starting, because you're going to think it's either impossible or you're going to stress yourself out so much that you just never start.
Yeah.
And I think it's like comes down to what's important to you. Like, how bad do you want it? What does it matter to anybody else other than you what your goals are? How bad do you actually want it? Like, does it scare you that much that you don't even start A because you can't feel or figure out how you're going to get to Z, that you don't even start? Does it even mean anything to you then? You know what I'm saying? Like, Is that even a goal of yours? Like, how bad do you really want it? What is stopping you? What is hindering you? What is right? What are you really scared of?
What are you scared
if that's
of?
your goal, like, this is my goal in life, but I can't get there because of this. Is that really hindering you, or is it like the people that are around you? Like, what is the...
You need to define your, as a lot of people call it, your chief aim in life. You need to define what it is that you want from life, and you need to continue over the course of your entire life to continue to redefine it as you learn more about yourself, as you experience more about yourself. And that's what helps you with goal settings. You're going to set goals and get things done, and they're going to bring you through a learning curve that pushes you forward to teach you more so that you can redefine your chief aim and focus, like hone in on what it is you truly want out of life. But that's it too. If you don't, like, people don't understand, like, if you don't have like a written statement that you're reading on a daily basis towards something that you want, how can you think about it enough to redefine it without hearing yourself put it on paper? Like, that's the same thing. Like, you talk to investors and stuff. Investors don't want to invest in a company that doesn't have a business plan.
Yeah. They want,
like, 9 times out of people talk about all these business, but yet they don't put it on paper to see what it actually looks like, and it's not in their mind. Like, yes, you have all these amazing, beautiful, creative ideas, but you need to get that out on paper in person. And the only way to do that is to continue to put it out on paper and to continue to openly talk about it so that you can pick it apart and redefine it and define it the way you truly see Z in your head.
Yeah.
And that's a process from all your steps, A to B,
then,
C, D, E.
And with a business plan too, that shows you, like you're saying, when you write on paper, you will constantly be able to see your exact chief aim. So the beautiful thing about that is
word for word.
And you'll know the beautiful thing about that is, and this is exactly what an investor wants to see. I don't want to say exactly because I'm not an investor, but the thing with seeing it is when you dig deeper into that, you're able to be able to decide what actions are going to serve you in getting closer to that chief aim. So the more you're able to look at it, the more you're able to define it and have a clearer image of what you truly want out of whatever your goal is. So let's just put it into the terms of you have a business plan and you want someone to invest in you. If you have that business plan, you're constantly looking at it, constantly looking at that goal. You're going to know if doing this one action is going to help you move forward or if it's going to hinder you or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now as you're building your business plan, you're going to be able to see these steps planned out before you for the next step you need to take. And once you take that next step, you're going to have the next one there for you because you're going to eventually figure out, okay, from here now I need to take this step because I have these 2 options in front of me, or these 4, or these 5, or these 6, whatever it may be. I have these options in front of me. So now let me pick which one is going to move me the most forward and where I'm the weakest at to get to my fucking goal. And this is something that I'm sure investor wants to see, that you have a fucking vivid imagination picture in your head of where you want to be.
They've invested in enough people. They can see
they've built success.
what a person needs to have in them personality-wise to make it. There's literally this book, Psycho Cybernetics, literally talks about personalities that are more successful than others. So think about that. The more you, and that's the law of attraction at work, the more you have that chief M, you're reading that statement morning and night, the more thoughts are going to be brought to you about that because you are so focused on it.
And now you can see like where you're going. A big part of the chief aim is you see where you're going. Now you can like take note of your progress. Yeah. If you can't look at yourself, what you did right, what you might have done wrong, and criticize yourself, how can you even get to that goal? Yeah. If you can't see the progress you're making and you can't acknowledge either, you know, the things that you did wrong or the things that you did right. Like, you have to acknowledge both, but don't beat yourself up when you do something wrong and make it, you know, like, it's hard to do that, but I'm just saying, like, you just have to acknowledge, all right, this is what I did wrong. This is what I'm going to fix. This is what I did right. Pat yourself on the back, continue to do that thing and make it better. You have to be able to do that to be able to get to the goal. Yeah. And the chief aim helps you because you can see, all right, okay, like, I'm a little bit further. I'm still focused on the chief aim.
But it doesn't matter if this part didn't serve me. I learned something and now I can continue to serve. Like, it's still pushing me forward. I'm still focused on my chief aim. I still know where I want to go. I just haven't figured it out yet.
Right. You can see that progress. Yeah. And you can see where you're at, on top of, you might think it might go one way and it can go completely different. Yeah. So you never know. So you could get from A to B, B to C, C to D, and think it's gonna go from D to E, and like, you gotta halt and take a whole nother approach and replan and get back to it and then continue on, because it's not exactly what you, but your focus is still the same.
That's all you need, because
just in between might have changed. Right
there. As long as your focus is in the right place, you're gonna find a way. You're gonna find a way. You will. There's like, it's not the normal way of thinking right now, but it should be the normal way of thinking. So that's the whole point of all this, to get people thinking the right way, not thinking a certain way. Like, we don't care what you think about. We want you to think your focus is your focus. We're not telling you what your focus should be. You are the one setting your goals. You are the one setting your focus. That is unique to you. That's what makes you special. That's the most beautiful thing about it. All we're trying to do is make sure that your focus is in the right place so that you get to where you actually want to go, rather than resist yourself from getting to where you want to go. That's the whole, that's the real key behind all of this information. If you can get one thing out of it, that's what I want you to get out of it, because then you'll start understanding the process of allowing your thoughts to serve you, which is key, which is with practice. Like, and that's it. It takes, what does Psycho Cybernetics talk about a lot? He talks about understanding who you are.
Yeah, your self-esteem.
Your self-image, he says. Not your self-esteem.
Well, self-esteem is your self-image.
Well, he calls it your self-image. The way you view yourself. And the reason... Now, this man is a plastic surgeon, and he wanted to study why people after some people after plastic surgeries, life's completely changed, and some didn't. And he noticed that it wasn't the actual physical change that made people different, because he would physically change them all, but it's the ones that after they got physically changed, the ones that changed their true self-image in their own mind, that had successful lives after plastic surgery. So they didn't even need the change to self, outer self. They needed the change to inner self, but because they struggled with believing in it, they needed it done instantly. Once they had it instantly, they saw it, they looked in the mirror and they saw the change, they then believed it in their mind. But not all of them believed it. Well, so that's what proves to you it's not the outer body, it's the inner body.
Yeah, well, what he talks about in that a lot is how, like, say someone has a fucked up nose and that's what's holding back. Either they broke it, shit's crooked, whatever it may be. That they think going into plastic surgery, their mindset is that when I fix this nose, I'm going to be so much more confident in myself. I'm going to have my self-esteem is going to be so much better because I'm going to look good. I'm going to feel so much better. I'm going to be able to do all this stuff because I'm not going to be self-conscious about my nose anymore. So now you either have someone that once their nose is fixed, that truly does happen for them because their self-esteem, the way they look at themselves,
they see themselves as a prettier person.
Yeah, they see themselves as a beautiful person, very attractive, being able to get more girls. So now all of a sudden, or girls or guys, whatever you like, if you're male, female. So all of a sudden they're able to have better conversations. They got more confidence talking to someone. But on the other hand, a different person with the same issue with a fucked up nose, thinking that they need to fix their nose for their self-conscious to be better, for them to feel better about themselves, yet their nose is done, and then they look in the mirror and they see no difference. They see no
still
change.
have the same old dominating thoughts.
They still have they're still very self-conscious. They're still low self-esteem. So really it all comes within, where some people, all they needed is that physical change outside, which they really didn't need, but it didn't help them. You
didn't need it, but it helped them in aiding their self-image change.
But if you can do that without the surgery, you just gotta be willing to look inside and change.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, what's really happening on the inside.
But that's why I like that saying, I am a mind, not a body. Yeah. If you just program, I am a mind, not a body, into your subconscious mind, whatever you see in your mind, your body's gonna eventually do.
Yeah.
Just it really
takes time,
does.
It takes belief.
Oh, it takes a lot of time.
It takes you really actually digging deep into yourself and figuring out what you don't like about yourself or whatever. Like, you need to actually figure out what is the root of an issue.
What you think you don't like about yourself. What are dominating thoughts that you have that you critique yourself?
Yeah.
You are literally your biggest critic, and you are the one holding yourself back. So if you smile, and every time you smile, you see your teeth, and oh my God, my teeth are so yellow, that's a fucked up fucking thought that you don't need to have. It's not serving you, and you can control that.
Dude, it might be the slightest tint of yellow because you didn't brush your teeth good enough that day. Like,
but something silly, but you can change that, and then all of a sudden you're going to see your teeth as white if you don't allow those dominating thoughts to be negative. And it's crazy, and the only way that you can truly believe in this stuff is to try it.
Yeah.
That's what that's the thing too. People need to just try this. Like, why not trust it? What you're doing right now isn't working for you. It's pretty fucking obvious. If you're at all listening to this, it's pretty fucking obvious that shit is not working for you, and you are trying to find a way. You are trying to figure it out. So why not try something new?
And I want to tie it back to our original topic of goal setting, because I wanted to talk about how it does take sacrifice and bring sacrifice into it.
Yeah.
Because
for short periods of time.
Yeah, for short periods of time.
That's what people don't get.
For the benefit of all your goals. Like, it might not seem
exactly.
So as you said about the one time, how it would free up money. So getting to, like, right now, my non-business goals, which it ties into our business because of creating content and stuff like that. But on stuff more for my personal enjoyment outside of business, because we have our business goals and our different chief aims that we're constantly working on and stuff like that. But for personal goals right now, I was torn between buying a new dirt bike and putting money into my car, which the Camaro that I have, has been a goal of mine for a long time. And
it's holding you back at this point.
Yeah, at this point, like, I have
causing you fucked up thoughts too, because you're like, I still haven't gotten it done.
Yeah, because I have the ability, I have the money now to put the money into the car, and right now
you flipped your focus to something else,
bro. Just because
you're fucking got a squirrel brain and you don't want to focus,
dude. Just because my current dirt bike is giving me issues and I can't get parts for a while, so I'm like, fuck, I'll just buy a new dirt bike. I was like, what's 3Gs? And then like Andy fucking said something in our text message yesterday that just like hit me in the head. I'm like, damn, dude. I was like, why am I fucking focused on putting 3Gs in a dirt bike? If I put 3Gs in this car, that's my wheels, or that's a fucking the cams and heads I need for the car.
Yeah.
Like that's a bunch of big parts that can knock, that I could check right off the list, and my car will be so much
done. You're gonna feel,
dude. And that's what I kept thinking about. I was like, I always sit here and picture for the longest time before the car was even mine. I picture about what I do with that car, and obviously what I've done has changed a lot because I've had outside influences that have changed the views and the things that I like and like my ideas about stuff. But either way, I've always envisioned this car finished, me driving it, fucking pristine, all that shit, and I can get there now. But I started to allow other goals of mine, having like this fucking a new dirt bike and building that and shit like that, get in my way, where I was like, oh well, I could still I'm still ordering all the parts I plan on ordering for the car, but I'm just making more money now, so I can buy this as well. Well, fuck that, dude. I'm making more money now, so why don't I take the $3,000-$4,000 that I'm going to spend on a dirt bike and knock off some big checklists off this car, and the car
finally get that shit
and
done.
Finally get the car done where I can be driving a fucking car, start creating crazier content with it, because I'll finally have a fully finished car.
Happier because
and just be happy because I'm
make you happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cruising, listen to fucking the pop and crackle with that LS fucking fat cam, dude. And then after all that, then I can focus on building my dirt bike or buying another dirt bike that's a 2-stroke, because I fucking missed 2 strokes and I just bought one and it reminded me how much I love that fucking power band of those things. So like, my goal, like I'll still have another goal down the road of buying a 2-stroke, but right now I need to sacrifice being able to ride because my shit's broken, and just put it into my car because I know my car was my goal for this year.
That's what I'm saying. It's
so you gotta be willing to sacrifice. That's what I'm saying.
Some
like,
other shit during the year that
yes
you want to do, but it might not be this year.
Yeah, like I was saying, I'm using something that's personal and materialistic to me right now just because it's where my head's at this point in time.
You can tie this into anything.
But that's what I'm saying.
For yourself.
Yeah, you can tie this into anything. You gotta realize you might want 2 things, and your goal. You still have that goal.
Which one do you want more? Which one do you want more?
Decide which one.
That's it. Which one do you want more? Once you fucking decide that, get that one. Once you get that one, go get the fucking other one.
Exactly.
But which one do you want more right now? Don't fucking focus on both of them.
Or which one?
Focus on that.
Or which one benefits you more is kind of where.
Or whatever. Bro. This is a life about fucking being happy.
You just gotta literally pick your goal and go after it. Forget the others for now. So sacrifice the others, go after one, make that shit fucking.
And dude, do this in all areas of life. Set a goal for your personal life. Set a goal for your relationship life. Set a goal for your business life. Set a goal for your you know what I'm saying? Set a goal for each category of life. We're not saying focus solely on one goal, like this one car. You can,
no, my personal goal is car.
That'll make it super powerful if you have the fucking option to only focus on one goal, which I don't think that's fucking possible in functioning world, because we have so many things going on that like we're not little fucking kids that we can just sit down and I want one thing and that's it. But if you can do that, do it. But we're saying set one for every category at least.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. My materialistic personal goals right now is my car, and then after that, well, not after that, but right now we also have business goals.
Yes.
And with business goals, you have the relationship goals. So there is still goals for every.
That's what the fuck I just said.
Well, motherfucker, I'm making it a little bit more clear for these people. But yeah, so have your fucking specific goals for specific parts of your life and just focus on those one during those times. Don't try and nail 6 goals
in the same category. That's what fucks you up.
That's what we're trying to say.
That's what we're trying to make clear too. Because a lot of people do have that question, like, I have this going on in this part of my life, this going on here, this going on here. Okay, set a work goal, set a home goal, set a relationship goal, set a personal goal, set a fitness goal, like whatever, you know,
and
like
all
define categories that are going to benefit you and set a chief aim for each one, the highest goal possible, and then start knocking them off.
And honestly, all those put together in all different categories are going to help each individual one go
you
further.
As you build one, the other
as
one
you get better
like
at work, you got
bro.
more money.
Yeah.
As you get fucking,
it's
you
just
get better body in the gym, your fucking self-conscious goes up, so then your relationship
then you
gets
find
better.
A girl that's better, then you find that it's all a fucking.
But if you focus on
work,
fucking 10 goals in one aspect, you're gonna get overwhelmed and all your shit's gonna suffer.
It's crazy.
Every fucking thing's gonna suffer.
And that's what people do. They just put too much weight in one spot. I think it really is. And when you put too much weight in one spot and that shit gets heavy, what do? You fucking struggle because that shit gets fucking heavy. Take the weight off yourself. Spread that shit out. Use all your abilities to your fucking best advantage, and your mind is damn fucking powerful. It is, and it's beautiful. So we're keeping this one kind of short. We think that one will help you a lot. Actually, it was really fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't doubting it in the beginning, but I just
He was doubting it hard.
no. At first, I just
He's like, you guys really want to do this?
I just couldn't
You
fucking
guys want
get
to
on
just
the
take
grind.
over? Is this not my podcast anymore?
Fuck you. But we love you guys. You know where to find us. All the links in the bio. Andy Danchuk, Instagram. It's Andy. Instagram _King. JB.
Look,
JB on everything.
JB. I got JB on the island, so I saw that the other day. I was like, look at this, man. He's still in my car. I don't drive it, though, for that exact
JB's
reason.
everywhere, bro.
JB's everywhere.
JB's
Can we just
everywhere.
start slapping stickers all over the place?
Whatever you want.
On stop signs, 40 mile per hour signs, you know, all of
whatever,
it.
fuck
All
it.
the works.
All the works.
All right.
Love you
love
guys.
ya.
Thank you.
Peace.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they